What's up, guys? On this video, I'm really excited to share some key strategies that will help you reduce your client churn and improve your client retention rates. This is something I call the client retention maximization model. And this is born out of years and years and years in our agency trying to figure out how to improve our retention rates and working with hundreds of agencies across the country. If you're struggling with clients canceling, clients calling in to pause, feeling like you did a great job for clients and them still saying, hey, you know what, we're going in a different direction, this can and will be a game changer for you. So be sure to listen up. This is going to be lots of fun. So this is what I call the client retention model. And really it all starts with your onboarding, right? The way that you come out of the gates with your client, when they sign up, will determine whether they're with you a year down the road. Believe it or not, what happens in the first 24 hours, what happens in the first 7 days sets the pace for the entire business relationship. And what we found is when we moved from, here's a username and password form that you can fill in, to really crafting a world-class onboarding experience, everything changed from a retention perspective. So what does it take in order to improve your client retention and to really create that world-class onboarding experience? I'll be talking about that in just a second. The second thing that you really want to focus on to improve client retention is your effective communication flow, right? When a client signs up with you on a retainer-based service, right? They're giving you the credit card, they're giving you the ACH form, they've started the relationship. What they want to know is, how much am I spending? What's my return on investment? Am I getting value? And if you don't have a great communication process in place, you're going to lose clients. In our agency, we've kind of been through the gamut with this, plumbing and HVAC SEO. Me and my business partner, Dean, we started out doing websites, doing SEO, thinking we were really good at what we did, and actually getting the clients ranked, getting them tons and tons of calls, showing a tangible, measurable return on investment. But 6 months in, 9 months in, they'd send us an email. Hey, we've decided to go a different direction. Hey, we're canceling. And we're like, man, what's going on? And it was because we kind of took the approach of, no news is good news, right? They haven't written to us. We haven't had to meet with them. That's a great thing. Let's just hope that nothing goes wrong. And you don't want to run your business in that way, right? If you can be more proactive, if you can have a really great client communication process mapped in advance, it can make a big difference in your retention rate. Now, the third pillar of client retention, especially as you grow and scale your agency, is having a client success management methodology, right? Which is really thinking about when we grow and when we start to take on more and more clients, recognize that you won't personally be able to handle those client relationships, right? If you get to 17, 18, 19 clients, kind of that's where you start to break as an agency owner. Maybe you can handle it to that level, but you have to, at that stage in the game, decide, am I going to continue to handle these clients and stop growing? Or do I put somebody in place to handle the client relationships so I can continue to focus on the growth and the business development in the business? And so if you don't have a strategic approach to hire account managers, train them up, and get them deployed into your business, you'll be stuck. And so you really want to have great client success management methodologies built into your business. And so what I want to do now is I want to unpack each of these three with you, give you some very practical and specific insights. But if you're getting value from this video, what I want you to do is press the like button, press the subscribe button, share this with another agency you know that would benefit from it, because I really think you're going to get some great insights from this video. So, world-class onboarding. The first thing we want to do to really create a world-class onboarding experience is to kick off with a bang and appreciation. So for us, that means a personal touch, like an actual personal message. Hey, thanks so much for your business. We're really excited about working with you. It's going to be great. It also entails like really thinking about how we capture the usernames, the passwords, the details we need to run their campaign. The quicker we can get that information from them and the more seamless we can make that process, the more confident the client's going to be that they're in the right place, and the quicker you'll be able to get out of the gates and actually start to deliver some results for them. Appreciation is probably one of the most overlooked aspects of running an agency and getting agency clients. Oftentimes, we get the credit card, we go to work, and that's it. Maybe we send an email that says thanks. what we found is if you can drop stuff in the mail, a welcome basket, like a goodie basket that says, hey, thanks so much for your business, we're excited about working with you, that will stand out. It will really go a long ways in terms of the experience that you create for your clients. So think about every time a client signs up, sending them something in the mail, sending them some Sherry's Berries or a goodie basket like that. This way you're gonna really come out of the gates in a professional and impactful way. Second to that, we wanna make the collection of data seamless. Usernames, domain access, what's their USP. A lot of times we make it harder for the client than it needs to be. We give them a 112 question questionnaire, we email it off, and we're like, hey, get that over to us and let's see how it goes, right? And I don't know about you, in our agency, what we found was they would go radio silent. Like they would fill out 5 or 6 of the questions and our team would be standing by and they would be frustrated because they didn't have all the answers. We'd be frustrated because we really couldn't implement. And 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks pass and we still haven't launched a campaign. What you need to do is engineer a process that helps to collect that information, that really gets on their side of the table and says, hey, where are you stuck? What information do you not have? And actually help them track that information down. You need to be quick out of the gates and you need to make it super simple so that you can gather the usernames and passwords. Number 3, as it relates to crafting a world-class onboarding experience, is you need to engineer quick wins. One of the biggest reasons a client's going to churn is if they give you the credit card, they give you the information, and a couple weeks, a couple months go by, and they're still not seeing any leads, they're still not seeing any sales, right? And in our agency, Plumbing and HVAC SEO, we started an SEO agency, which meant we would build a website, we would do the SEO work, we would try and get it ranked over time. Sometimes it would take 3, 6 months before they started to see the results of that. And of course, that impacts your retention rates. And so you want to be strategic with, well, what can we do in week 1 that will generate a tangible result? Some of the quick wins that we found work really well is launching a pay-per-click campaign in the first week. You don't have to have the website done. You can set up some landing pages. You can turn on a campaign. You can make it very specific, maybe to the higher transaction value services, so that they don't need to see a return on investment in the first week, but if they can see a lead, if they can see an opportunity in addition to your other communication, they're gonna feel much better. Another one of my really favorite quick win strategies is database reactivation, right? All of our clients that we work with in your agency, in ours, they have past customers, they have past prospects, they have unconverted opportunities in their pipeline, and 99% of the time they don't do anything with that past database. And so one of the easiest things you can do to show a tangible, measurable result right out of the gates is get their past customers' contact details, the emails and the phone numbers, send them an offer. Do something that can take some of those people that were interested to actually do something. Do something to get the past customers to buy again, and you can generate tangible, measurable results almost immediately for your client base. So as it relates to world-class onboarding, what can you implement? What can you do here? Can you make your onboarding simpler? Can you maybe drop a welcome basket into the mail right after they sign up? What specific things can you do to generate quick wins for your clients? Would love to hear some of those from you guys in the comments. Now, the next piece is effective communication, which is the client's out of launch. They're paying us on a monthly basis. We want them to stay, right? This is all about reducing our churn and increasing our retention. In order to do that, you have to have a communication rhythm that makes sense to the client, and you need to have strategic reporting, which is what do you show the client? What do you report back to the client so that they understand the value that you bring to the table? So that they're seeing, look, I'm spending whatever. I'm spending $2,500 a month plus $5,000 in spend. Is that worth my investment? Is it worth the time and the energy that I'm spending? What I found is with your strategic reporting, what you want to do is a lot of times reduce the amount of information that you share, right? For our agency, we used to share Google Analytics. We used to share a ranking report that showed where they ranked on Google and Yahoo and Bing and a lot of different keywords. We would show them these activity reports of all the things that we were doing for them. And they'd be like, well, I don't know, like it's too much data, or they would focus in on the wrong thing. What we found was by moving to strategic reporting, which is what the client really cares about, is how much did I spend? how many leads did I generate, what's my average cost per lead, and what's my return on investment. If you can boil the reporting that you share back to your clients to those key details, it has a huge impact on their ability to quickly feel like, man, I'm getting great results here and I don't need to focus on this further. The next is we want to have a really good meeting rhythm. Don't assume that your client's going to pay you a retainer-based service, $1,500, $2,500, $5,000 per month, and not hear from you, or just rely on automatic communication or automatic reports. What we found is moving to a consistent meeting rhythm where every month we're going to meet with the client, we've got a specific agenda, there's specific things we're going to cover, there's specific things we're going to ask them to do and homework, we're going to report back wins, and we're going to tell them what's coming up next. That consistent communication rhythm is expected. And when you do it, and you do it well, it will absolutely improve your client retention rates. And the third thing as it relates to your communication rhythm is you have to constantly be seeding the vision, right? The number one reason a client's going to leave is perceived indifference. And if you do this right, you meet with them, you show the value, they're going to know you care. They're going to know you're there and your team is doing a good job. The other reason that they leave is because there's tons of competition in the agency game. Your client is getting emailed, called, solicited on a daily basis from other people generating that are promising that they can generate better results, or they've got some new secret sauce that's going to help them take their business to the next level. And so if they don't feel like you're on the cutting edge, you're thinking about what's next, you're resting on your laurels, if they don't feel like you've got some next thing that you're focused on for them, they're absolutely going to go somewhere else. So you have to train your team to constantly be seeding the vision. Hey, here's what we did, here's what we're seeing in terms of results, and here's where we're going next. Here's the plan for the next 60 to 90 days, right? And so for your client communication, as you think about that, what are some things you need to improve? Maybe you need to dial back the reporting or get more specific. Maybe you just need to get better at seeing the vision and kind of rolling out new things and new strategies that are going to help them move things forward and generate the results that they're expecting. Now, the third critical component of really maximizing your client retention is client success management. Like I said before, as you grow, as you scale, the first thing you need to remove yourself from is operations, right? To actually build a seven-figure and multiple seven-figure agency, you can't be the one building the website, writing the content, or even project managing the work. That's the first thing. The second thing you have to remove yourself from is account management, because talking to the clients, seeding the vision, managing this client communication process takes time, it takes energy. So you have to quickly get good at placing account managers in your business that can handle that for you and free you up to focus on the growth in the business. Number one, as it relates to client success management, is you have to track your retention and your churn. Right here we are in a video talking about how to reduce churn and improve client retention rates. Most agencies I talk with don't have a good pulse on what their retention rate is. And I know for a fact that what you measure gets done, what you track always improves. And so be sure that you've got a mechanism in place where you're tracking your retention rates month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. And we've got a great tracking mechanism we can share with you called our sales and retention tracking sheet that will help you know exactly what your client retention rate is in a given month. The next thing is you need to know your KPIs, your key performance indicators, right? If all you're looking at is churn, that's a lagging indicator. Oh, we lost 5 clients this month, we lost 2 clients this month, we lost 4 clients this month. What you really want to pay attention to is what are the KPIs? What are the key performance indicators that are going to dictate that the retention is going to improve? And so some of the KPIs you want to track is what percentage of your clients are actually meeting with you on a monthly basis? What percentage of your clients are getting a tangible, measurable return on investment? What percentage of your clients are engaged in the process? And you want to have baked into your team meetings and your communication process with your internal account management staff, those KPIs being tracked and reported on a consistent basis. And then the last piece I really want to suggest that you put in place for your client success management process is a traffic light system. If you've got 100 clients, let's just say, it's very hard to keep a pulse on which clients are happy, which clients are frustrated, which clients have one foot out the door. And usually we've got these clients listed, let's say in a CRM somewhere like High Level or Salesforce or HubSpot or one of these different platforms, or we've got them sitting on an Excel sheet. And so it's really hard. You just got a list of clients with their contact details and maybe a bunch of notes in your project management system. What we found really works well is to traffic light your clients, which just means you have all your clients and they're in one of three states. They're red, which means they're upset, something's not going well. They're yellow, which means they're potentially not super happy. Maybe there's an issue that needs to be addressed. And green, they're happy, they're getting results, they're really satisfied, they're going to be an advocate for our services. If you can put a process in place where you can really clearly and visually see which of our clients are in each of those three states, you can much better manage for the clients that are yellow and red and figure out how do we move those clients back to green. Like, is it a results thing? Is it a communication thing? Is it something else that we can do to move those clients back to green? And when you've got a great client success management process like that, you're going to improve your retention, you're going to free yourself up, and you're going to be able to focus on what you do best or taking more personal time and doing the things that you really want to do. So this is the client retention model. We talked about world-class onboarding, effective communication, and client success management. I hope you got great value from this. Would love to hear in your comments, what are your insights? What are your takeaways? What will you implement? And if you'd like to go deeper with this, I've got a great client retention workbook that gives you this checklist, gives you some specific steps and some specific actions that you can take. You can access that by going to sevenfigureagency.com/retention workbook. And if you haven't already, be sure to grab a copy of my book, The Client Retention Roadmap for Digital Marketing Agencies, which really walks you through exactly what you need to do to improve your client retention rates. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you got some value and you got some takeaways. Be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and share this with another agency that could benefit. Talk to you soon.